Good morning, class 8th. Yesterday, we started our chapter 5 Combustion and Fossil Fuels. In that, we discussed about combustion, type of combustible substances, types of combustion, conditions for combustion to take place, necessary conditions like combustible presence of combustible substance, air or oxygen, and next was the ignition temperature. And we also studied about the flame also, flame candle examples we considered over there. We discussed about the three parts of a flame: hottest zone, outer zone, okay, innermost zone, the coolest zone, and other zone also we studied, middle zone we studied over there. Then uh, from today we will start the next topic, that is fuel. Fuel is a substance that are combustible and burns, releasing large amount of heat, and that can be easily handled are called fuels. Got it? The substance that are combustible and produces large amount of heat and easy to handle also. They are called fuels. Coal, wood, cow dung, cakes, okay, cow dung cake, kerosene, LPG, petrol and diesel are some commonly used fuels, and I would like to add one more in this is CNG also, okay, compressed natural gas. That is also a very popular fuel these days. It is also known as clean fuel, okay. On the basis of their state, fuels can be classified into three categories, that is solid, liquid and gas, as shown in figure also. Examples you can see: solid fuel, coal, charcoal, cow dung cake, wood and husk, okay. And the thing about interesting fact about them is leaves residues after burning, okay. Whenever you will burn a solid fuel, it will leave residues or ashes after burning. Liquid fuel, petrol, diesel, kerosene and LPG, liquefied petroleum gas, okay, they do not leave any residue after burning, means there is a complete combustion that will take place in them. And gaseous fuel, examples: compressed natural gas, methane, butane, biogas and petroleum gas. These are some examples of gaseous fuel, and good thing about them is they also do not leave any residue on burning. So in liquid and gases, complete combustion will take place. In solid fuels, incomplete combustion will take place. Got it? Ideal fuel. What are the characteristics of an ideal fuel? Let's study about them one by one. Ideal fuel, when we call a fuel ideal, if it will satisfy the following criteria, then it can be considered as an ideal fuel. It should be easily available, availability should be more, and if it will be available easily, then its cost will also be less, okay. And other thing, it will not leave any residues or ashes after burning, and do not produce any polluting gas or harmful gases after burning. It should be easily, it should burn easily at a moderate temperature, so we should not require high temperature for its burning. It should produce large amount of heat that can be easily handled. Got it? The good thing about it must be it will produce large amount of heat, okay. And other thing is it must be environment friendly, it will not pollute the environment on burning. It should be safe, store and easy to transport. Then and only then it will be considered as a good fuel. Not all the fuels will show this property, so a good fuel must fulfills at least few of these criterias, okay. Got it, dear students? Let's move further. Calorific value of a fuel. Calorific value of a fuel, the amount of heat produced in joules when 1 gram of fuel is burnt completely. It's called its calorific value. It is expressed in joule per gram or kilojoule per kilogram. The calorific value is shown over there. More will be the calorific value, better will be the fuel. Okay. Starting from the cow dung cake, it is having 6,000 to 8,000. Okay. And the highest value is, you can see in the hydrogen, 1,50,000 per kilojoule per kilogram. Okay. So the thing is, the question can be asked, which of the substance is having highest calorific values. It will be definitely hydrogen. So you need to keep in your mind, that the which is having the highest calorific value, it is hydrogen. Efficiency of a fuel. A fuel with high calorific value is considered to be an efficient fuel. It should undergo complete combustion to produce heat. The above tables shows the highest calorific value of is hydrogen and least is for cow dung cakes. Okay, and we will move to the last segment of this chapter about the fossil fuels, because you must remember the title, combustion and fossil fuels. Okay, the fossil fuels. We need fuels in our daily lives, be it to run the air conditioners during summers, hot blowers during winters, or cook food, or even commute one place to another on various modes of transport. Large amount of almost 80% of the fuels used all over the world is fossil fuels. Fossil fuels are formed millions of years ago from dead remains of the plants and animals. Coals and petroleums are examples of fossil fuels. Okay, since fossil fuels are formed naturally, they are also called natural resources. Based on their availability, natural fuels can be of two types: inexhaustible or exhaustible. Inexhaustible, the natural source of energy which are present in limitless, there is no limitness, and they will never be exhausted, they will never be completely used by the humans activities. They are called inexhaustible resources, like sunlight and air are examples, wind energy. Okay, examples of inexhaustible resource. Okay, got it. Hydro energy is also an example of the same exhaustible substance that can be used in the upcoming time. The natural source of energy which are present in limited quantities, okay, and will be exhausted by human activities are called exhaustible. Examples are coal, petrol, diesel, kerosene are few exhaustible sources of energy. Got it, dear students? Fossil fuels are made in nature naturally. They are also known as natural resources, and they are of two types: exhaustible natural resource and inexhaustible natural resources. Inexhaustible, they will never finished. They can be used for a long period of time. And exhaustible are limited, their availability is limited in the nature, so they will be used very soon. Coal, let's start about the first type of exhaustible source in nature. It is coal. Coal is hard, black, combustible minerals that consist of carbons. It is found deep under the surface of earth. In India, coal is mainly found in Bihar, West Bengal, Odisha and Madhya Pradesh. Okay, about 300 million years ago, the dense forest present in wetlands on the earth got buried under earth's surface due to natural processes such as earthquake, floods and volcanoes. Over the time, more and more soil get deposited over them. Due to the increased pressure and temperature, and in the absence of air, the wood of the forest trees got converted into coal. This shows the formation of how coal is formed in the nature or under the earth surface. Okay, you can see the process by which the plant remains gets converted into coal under the surface of earth is called carbonization. Formation of hole in the pic, you can see how it is got formed. Okay, rock exposed to heat under pressure, pores, reservoirs, rock, organic rich sources in impervious cap rocks, you can see oil and gas migrates from the source rock to the reservoir rock and get trapped beneath the cap rock. Okay, now in this different types of coal are shown over there. Anthracite, based on the carbon content, coal can be classified in the various categories: anthracite, bituminous, subbituminous, lignite. Okay, anthracite is the best quality of coal, and question can be asked in MCQs also, which type of the coal is the best quality of coal. It is 85 to 90% of carbon. Okay, so anthracite is the best. Then the bituminous, it is 77 to 87%, and lignite is having very low amount of carbon content, 25 to 35% only. Okay, you can see in the pic also anthracite, bituminous, subbituminous, 30 to 35% is there over. Peat is a material formed early in the carbonization process. It consists of partly decayed matter and deposited minerals. Peat is formed in wetlands. It has a low carbon content and has high moisture content. Hence, it has low heating capacity. Got it? Peat is another type of coal. Now, destructive distillation of coal. You can see coal is processed in industries to get some useful products such as coke, coal tar, and coal gas. Coal, when heated in the absence of oxygen, undergoes destructive distillation to give the products discussed as below. Coal, coal tar, and coal gas will be obtained. The one thing you need to keep in your mind that before doing any activity of this kind, you must aware about its side effects. If it bursts, it can cause harm to you. So these types of activities must be performed under the supervision of your teacher or your parents. Okay, only only in a controlled manner. So let's move to the next segment, that is petroleum. Petroleum is a dark colored thick oil found deep below some underground rocks. The word petroleum is a combination of two words. Petra means rock, oleum means oil. Very interesting, very much appropriate partition or classification or separation of the word petroleum. Petra means rock, oil means oleum means oil. Petroleum is not a single compound. It is a complex mixture of chemical compounds called hydrocarbons, hydrogen plus carbon. Okay. Petroleum was formed more than 300 million years ago. This is a kind of history of petroleum or shown over there. Okay, dear students, refining of petroleum. To find oil and natural gas, companies drill through the earth to the deposits deep below its surface. Oil and natural gas are then pumped from below and ground by the oil rigs. The petroleum then travel through the pipelines or by ships for refining. Okay, you can see in the diagram also oil rigs are shown over there, as well as fractional distillation is shown over there. Crude oil is got separated in the refinery. Okay, the fractionating tower, you can see residues will settle in the bottom. Lubricant oil through the tracking unit, fuel oil, diesel, kerosene, gas, gasoline, petrol, you can see, naphtha, and refinery gas. Got it? These are separated at different temperatures. Okay, so they will be obtained and separated differently. The crude oil, that is petroleum, is a mixture of several components. Each component is a hydrocarbons with different boiling points. These components can be separated by fractional distillation, where the crude oil is heated, evaporated, and its vapor is allowed to condense in fractionating tower at the different temperatures are collected. Okay, the different components are separated during the process known as fractions you also studied in mathematics also. Okay, 3 by 5 fractions we if you want to find out. Okay, then the fractions that are separated including petrol, gas, petrol, diesels, kerosene, bitumen are shown over there. The boiling range over shown over there. The temperature is given over there. Petroleum gas refined below 25. Gaseous fuel LPG uses are also shown over the petroleum ether 30 to 80 degree as solvent in dry cleaning. Gasoline or petrol motor fuel. Just go through this table to understand the use of different fuels. Natural gas is a lighter than air. Natural gas is mostly made up of a gas called methane, which is a hydrocarbon. Methane is also called marsh gas. As it is found in marshy areas, this gas is highly flammable. Natural gas is usually found near petroleum underground. It is pumped from below the ground and transported in the pipelines to the storage areas. Natural gas usually has no odor and color. Before it is sent to the pipelines and storage tanks, it is mixed with chemicals that gives it a strong odor. The odor smells almost like rotten eggs. The odor makes it easy to detect leaks. Okay, otherwise you will not be able to find out the leakage of this gas because it is colorless and smellless. Natural gas is compressed under high pressure and called it is called compressed natural gas CNG. It is used to generate electricity for household cooking and used as a fuel in vehicles also. Okay, it is also used in industries as the in India. Natural gas is found in Maharashtra, Tripura, Rajasthan, Kolkata, sorry, Krishna Godavari Delta, not Kolkata. Burning of fuel produces harmful products. You will see what are the disadvantages of burning these fuels. The complete combustion of any fuel is not always possible. Unwanted substances are always released from the fuel, and these substances have harmful effects on human as well as in environment also. So let's find out these effects. Fuels such as wood, petrol, diesel, coal release unburnt carbon particles or incomplete combustion. The unburnt carbon particles mix with the air and causes pollution, leading to the respiratory disease like asthma. Okay, incomplete combustion of fuels produces carbon monoxide gas, which is harmful gas or poisonous gas. Okay, it get mixed up with the hemoglobin and may cause the person death also. Combustion of fuel releases carbon dioxide gas, which is the main cause of global warming also. Fuels like coal and diesel produces sulfur dioxide and oxides of nitrogen. The gas mixed with the rainwater to form acid rain. Okay, acid rain is harmful for all living beings. Buildings and monuments like Taj Mahal also. So there are some harmful effects of or harmful products also formed during the burning of the fuels. Okay, now see the concept mapping or kind of revision of this chapter. We start with combustion. Its types we studied over there: complete combustion, incomplete, rapid, spontaneous, and explosion. Requirements were combustible substance as a fuel, okay, oxygen and ignition temperature, and it will produce flame, outer zone, middle zone, and inner zone of the candle flame we studied. Then in types, we studied about coal, petroleum, and natural gas, and can be fuel can be solid, liquid, and gas also. Coal, petroleum, and natural gas we studied. In natural gas, starting materials for manufacturers of chemical and fertilizers, used in vehicles also, CNG. And petroleum gas, petrol, kerosene, paraffin wax, diesel, bitumen, and lubricating also we studied over there. So it's a recap of the chapter, basically what we studied. And dear students, in this way we are able to go through this chapter. So do one thing, I will send you exercise questions of this chapter also. So do in your notebook. But before that, we will uh, discuss chapter third also, and later on I will send the questions of this chapter. Thank you dear students. Thank you. Bye bye.